What's up? What's up there, YouTube? What's going on? Come on in and come on and hang out with us. All right, all right, all right. What's up? What's up? What's up, my good people? What is going on? Come on in the room. What's up? What's up? When you come in, shout out. We live and in that. We you watching me? It's my first time actually doing a video live. Maybe my second time on Facebook. So come on in and hang out with your girl. All right, all right, all right. Making sure I'm on the right channel. So come on, come on, come on. I would play some music, but of course we know how special the platforms can be. So I chose not to uh, share any music with this video. I'm just gonna come in here. We're just gonna have a quick little chat. If you guys saw the title, it's gonna talk about my cruise update on Virgin Voyages. I was just on the Valiant Lady. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. So y'all come on in the room, get going. Just make sure I got this out here. Let me see. Like I said, when you come in, let me know where you're logging in from. Let's see. All right. Man, can I tell you how excited I was? This was an amazing, amazing cruise. I had a great time and I cannot wait to do it again. So come on in the room. I should have a few people live and in. Hold on one second. Of course, the phone wants to be beeping and pinging and dinging and making noise just when I go live. You guys come on in the room. Come on, come on, come on in the room. Come on in the room. What's up? What's up? Like I said, if you're in here, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching me from. We greatly appreciate it. And then we're going to kind of dive right into it. It's also going to be a little Q&A. So if you, ladies and gents, have questions, drop them in the chat and we will talk about it. All right. So we're going to have we're going to try to have an agenda. So we're going to talk about the group. We're going to talk about the ship. We're going to talk about the things to do on the ship and the ports. And we're going to talk about the food. So I want to ask you guys a question. So if you've drop a yes if you've ever taken a cruise. Drop a yes if you've ever taken a cruise and let me know which cruise line you sailed on. All right. Drop a yes if you've ever taken a cruise before and what cruise line have you sailed on? Hey, hey, Ms. Clark, how are you? Thank you for living in with me this evening. We just gonna come in here and have a good time, chill out. I really should have had me a real beverage, but I'm drinking water. I'm being good, drinking water. I think I had enough on the ship to last me a lifetime. All right, Carnival. Awesome, awesome. When was your last Carnival cruise? And would you consider going on any other line but Carnival? All right. So that's it, guys. That's the question. That's question number one so far. Have you cruised before? And if so, what line? And would you try another cruise line? All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to jump on into it. We already about 5 minutes in. So, like I said, I got a little agenda. So we're just going to kind of talk about it. So this particular cruise, I went with someone, a couple of vloggers that I follow on YouTube. I'm also part of their group. It's a free group on um, it's a free group on Facebook. I've been a part of the group for quite some time. I really like them and their content, and there are a few other vloggers that I follow. And so this was a group cruise that was put on by Rich and Jazzy Life. They have a group, Melanin at Sea. I'm sure maybe some of you maybe have heard of it. You have not. If you have not, check out their channel. It was also put on in collaboration with Terry and Addie. They too have a YouTube channel. I will drop their links in this video as well. But they decided to come together. They've collaborated before, and they put together this amazing group trip. Listen, when I tell you there was 250 of us on this one ship. Now, that wasn't a chartered ship. That was just our group of people, 250. And when I tell you, Melanin at Sea has this thing where they have a signature T-shirt, and the signature T-shirt is brown. And that shirt is to be worn normally on sea days. So anyone who's cruising, traveling, and they want to buy their signature T-shirt, they can do that. That is a way for us to signify or to let others know that we too are part of this group. Actually, let me grab my shirt. I should have grabbed it earlier. Let me grab my shirt. You guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. So here is their signature T-shirt. All right. It just simply says Melanin at Sea, and on the back, it simply says, "It's the melanin for me." So again, this is their signature shirt, and like I said, the premise is to wear it on sea days. But for the group cruises, they do something a little bit different, and they had these beautiful. One of Virgin's colors is red, so they had these beautiful red T-shirts for embarkation day, boarding day. And man, let me tell you, when you saw all of us in all our shades of melanin in those red shirts, man, they were absolutely amazing. There are pictures on my Facebook page. Everyone just looked really good. And one of the things that I really enjoyed is that we were all family. There was no kind of confrontations, just nothing. Everybody's family. You see each other like, hey cousin, how you doing? Great, great time. We also had a WhatsApp chat group. And listen, guys, when I tell you this chat group was off the chain, we were off the chain. The cruise has been now over for now like a week. It was a week ago yesterday. And the chat group is still going. We're still sharing videos. We're still talking to each other. We're just doing everything. Some people got seasick and they were asking, people had medication. People was dropping stuff off to them. Just you name it. Everybody was there to have a great time, and everybody enjoyed themselves. And we really were just like family. It was an amazing time. So shout out again to Rich and Jazzy and Terry and Addie for an amazing, amazing, amazing group trip. I would definitely, definitely sail again with them anytime. We had a ball. So if you have not seen the pictures, follow me on Facebook if you already haven't. Check out that photo album. I don't even know how many pictures I got. I got lost, and I stopped counting after a while. I think there's over 250 pictures maybe, and there's videos. Just, I mean, that's how much of a good time. And here's the crazy part. I didn't even do all of the activities that they had lined up for us. So we had the regular Virgin activity, Virgin Voyager activities that they do. And then Richard Jazzy and Terry and Addie they had parties in Aruba. They had beach days in the different ports, group pictures in our brown t-shirts. We had group pictures if you wanted to participate in the red swimsuit, the melanin, like a tan shades of brown swimwear. I mean, there was all sorts of things that was happening all 7 days. Well, mostly 7 days. We had a couple of days to ourselves. I didn't do everything, but the stuff that I did do, I had an amazing time. So, if you've never sailed with Virgin, kind of let's talk about. Let's get into it a little bit. I don't want to rush this video too much, but let's talk about it. So, Virgin Voyages does things different. They have different names for the same thing that you might get on other ships. So if you're used to sailing, I think Arlene said she sailed on Carnival before. I sailed on Carnival, Royal Caribbean, MSC, Royal Caribbean, NSC. I believe that's it so far. And I have done Virgin before. Let me check. Hold on. Let me check my cards. I think that's the three: Carnival, Royal, and MSC. Most of my cruising has been on Carnival. I've got two on MSC and a few on Virgin. Yeah, so yeah, mostly Carnival. So yeah, Carnival, MSC, Royal Caribbean. And I'll tell you, Virgin is different. Virgin does things truly differently. Okay. Um, so like I said, if you have any questions about Virgin, make sure you drop them in the comments. Even if you missed the live, and you catch this video, do the same thing. Just drop your questions in the comments. So let's talk about what was that? Let's talk about. Sorry about that. So let's talk about some of the differences on Virgin versus other cruise lines. So Virgin offers what they call a bar tab, which is the equivalent to the drink package on any other cruise ship. So we going soon. We going soon. We got to find that cruise, Arlene. Um, so with Virgin, what they do is that they normally give you, or you can buy, a $300 bar tab. And what does that mean? So for a bar tab on Virgin, that simply means that actually only one person has to buy it. So on other cruise lines, normally if one person in the cabin buys a drink package, then the other person has to. On Virgin, they said, no, we're not doing it that way. If only one person wants it, only one person has to get it. And you use that $300 tab until it's gone. You can always re-up, add more to it. But I will say this, Virgin always has amazing, amazing deals. And we're going to get into this a little bit later, but they just came out with their new itineraries leaving out of Puerto Rico. Man, listen, it is crazy. So the bar tabs, a lot of times you get this incentive. On this cruise I just came back from, we had a $600 bar tab. There's no way we even drank close to $600. And it was so crazy that on the last full day on that Friday, in our chat group, they were talking, there was chats going through. Hey, if anybody used up their bar tab and they need, they want drinks, whatever, come down to this place, come down to that place. This is how this whole chat was going, because everybody had so much bar tab left over, that people were buying bottles, popping bottles. I mean, when I say popping bottles, they was popping bottles. So they were just trying to use up that cash, that tab that they had. So that's the nice thing. That's a real cool thing. But you know what? The main thing that I didn't mention that I should have started with is that Virgin is an adults-only cruise ship. No kids, guys. There are no kids on the ship. 18 plus. Even if you're 18, you got to have someone with you who's at least 21. All right. So it's adults only. It's adult only. It's an adult themed thing. I mean, the name of the ice cream spot is Lick Me Till I Scream. I think you guys get it right. There you go. So definitely Virgin does things a little bit differently. So the bar tab was cool. In their packages, they're always having great deals. And so, I wouldn't be surprised. I think right now, I think I think the bar tab is going for about 500. I think it's something like that. They also give you, excuse me, they also give you what's known as sailor loop, which is, uh, excuse me, most cruise lines are equivalent to onboard credit. Even with that, I think it was $100 a sailor loop that you can use anywhere on the ship to buy whatever it is that you want. So that could be, Virgin Voyages items. They have, all kind of different stores and stuff like that. They have, I think, a Chanel shop on the ship. They also have, believe it or not, they have a tattoo parlor, so you can get tattoos and piercings. A little pricey, but if that's your thing and you want to say you got a tattoo on your cruise, it's actually doable. All right, ma'am, that's not gonna work. That fake ID is not gonna work. Um, so yeah, so that's the bar tab, that's the sailor loop. Let's see what else we had to talk about on the ship. Like I said, there's tons of things to do all day, every day. We had an amazing DJ, DJ Tash, young lady from Belize, 22, and she was killing it. And again, I'm telling you, the group chat was off the chain because wherever she was playing, trust me, we were there. The last two nights, Thursday night and Friday night, she played in like the main area until about 1:15, and it was packed until about 1:15. Okay, we pretty much left when she left. Somebody would tag, "Hey, DJ Tash is so and so," and everybody's making a beeline to get there. So DJ on this particular cruise, they had to, but DJ Tash, excuse me, was all of that. All right, so everyone enjoyed that as well. Like I said, plenty of stuff to do around the ship. Or if you wanted to do nothing, you could just sit and relax, hang out by the pool, or hang up in one of the cabanas upstairs on, I think it's the 16th deck, and just kind of chill and look at the water and, of course, order drinks. Because, again, we had the bar tab. Virgin gives you this cool, this is my original, this is from my first cruise. But Virgin also gives you, like I said, this is the first one. Um, their bed. This is how you get off and on the ship. Now, on this particular one, you guys probably can't see it, but it has my name on it. There we go. It has my name on it, and this is how you pay for your stuff on the ship. Anything that you order, like I said, if you got the bar tab, all you do is simply tap it. This is how you get into your room. Like I said, and this one had my name on it. The second one I got, I think it just says Ahoy Sailor or something like that. But I always keep these as a memento, as I keep all of my sailor sign cards. I know it's crazy, but these are all my different sailor sign cards from the different cruises that I have taken. So I keep those as a little memento for myself. So again, that's how you kind of got in. And believe it or not, these bands are actually waterproof, so you can wear them and take a shower when you get in the water. Anything, you tag yourself. That's how you get off and on the ship as well. So the band was pretty cool. Like I said, plenty of stuff to do around the ship. I will talk about the food. I kind of jump into the food a little bit. So understand there are over 20 plus eateries on board a Virgin Voyages ship. There are no quote main dining rooms as you have that you have on regular cruise ships. There are no buffets that you have on Virgin Voyages. So what you have in place of the buffet is what they call the galley, and the galley is this big area that has all these different eateries, and you scan everything with your phone. They have like barcodes, but they do have menus as well. But you scan the little menus with your with your phone, and everything comes up. And what happens is that It's a little stand on your table. You push the flag up, and someone will come and take your order, right? To come and take your order, and you can order from wherever. So I'm going to see if I can't pull it up. So we have the daily mix, which is usually get your salads and your kind of soup of the day, stuff like that. Then we have the bento box. So if you're into sushi, you can get that. And understand, all of this is included. All right, all this is included in the price. You have the burger joints. You can get your classic burger, impossible burger, and order fries. Then you have the diner and dash. That's pretty much when you get your omelets and your eggs and your sausages. They have breakfast stuff is there as well. And then there's a dessert station. There's coffee. There's drinks and all the stuff. So all this stuff is included. So you basically sit down, order your food, and someone brings it to you. Okay. When you're done, you pretty much leave it there. Somebody will come and grab your food or whatever, or your plates, and that's how the tables get cleared. All of your basic beverages, so all of your soda is included. Of course, water and juice, all of that is included again in the price. If you want, something extra, I think we went Razzle Dazzle, which is one of the restaurants. They do have some other things that you can pay for, like in a steakhouse. If you want a steak, like a tomahawk steak, that's extra. I think that's like $55. But again, you don't have to get these things. Those are just options. So everything is included. So every restaurant, the main restaurants are Pick Agave, which is a Mexican restaurant. Um, what's the Italian spot? Extra Virgin is the Italian spot. Razzle Dazzle is what we're gonna call vegan forward, but they do have other regular food on there, but you can get all your gluten free vegan stuff in there. We have Gunbei, which is Korean barbecue. I can't believe that was actually my first time trying it. Had an amazing time. That was actually fun. And then let me see. I'm missing the Wake, which is their steakhouse, and trying to see if I'm missing anything else. Well, I think with those five restaurants, only thing you need to do is make reservations. That's it. I think Pink Agave and Razzle Dazzle, I think, and the Wake all also offer a brunch option as well. So again, you download the app on your phone, and then you can go in at a certain point and start booking and making reservations for your dining. If for some reason you miss your dining, or you might want to change it, or whatever the case is, always I suggest just go to the restaurant, and they will usually be able to help you with that. So the food was absolutely amazing. Like I said, it was the first time, the very first time I sailed Virgin. Um, I didn't try Gung Bay. I usually stick to my usual stuff, but this time I decided to go ahead and give it a go and try something different. Had an amazing time. Food was delicious, and I would definitely go back again if I sail Virgin, which I'm sure that will be happening. All right, and so let's see what else did we got. We got the ports. So what ports did we visit? So we left out of San Juan, and we went to Aruba, Curacao, Martinique, St. Kitts, and Nevis. Those were the four ports that we went to. And Aruba, we didn't really do a whole lot. We just kind of walked around the port. We were gonna we usually like to take a taxi and kind of do a tour around the city, around the country. But honestly, taxis were real expensive. They were doing group tours, but the bus is packed with a bunch of people, and no one really wants to sit on a hot bus and trying to see everything. And so we really didn't get a tour of the island um, while we were in Aruba. So we just kind of walked around. We did go to a restaurant there and had some fish. One of the things I like to do when I cruise, I always like to have a beer, the local beer. So I had that, and I was finally able to get me one of my favorite drinks, which is a watermelon martini, which I really enjoyed. So that's what we kind of did in Aruba. We just kind of hung around and just kind of did that. Now, I will say this: if you traveled any, I'm sure this is the same no matter where you go. But of course, the minute you get, coming out of the port, there's people everywhere. Tour, 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 tour. Everyone's offer you a tour. When we got to St. Kitts, and I'm going ahead a little bit, um, guy walked up to us and it's like, "Oh, you guys want to do a tour?" And we're like, "How much?" He wanted $90 per person, and we told him absolutely, absolutely not. This was not my first time in St. Kitts. It had been some time since I've been, but this was not my first time. So we walked around the port, we did a little shopping, and the same guy came back later and said, "Oh, I can offer you guys a tour for $60 total, $30 a piece." That I can handle. So I would say when you're doing tours, if you don't have anything booked with the cruise lines, make sure that you bargain with those guys, those men and women who are out there, because for them, a lot of the countries, tourism is their thing. And so when you have sometimes, two or three ships, and at one point, there were two or three ships in port at one time. So we're talking probably well over 6,000 people, between the three ships, well over 6,000 people, if they're at full capacity. And so you want to make sure that you bargain with those guys because they will try to, you know, take your money for real, for real. All right. So again, there's a lot of shopping to do at the ports. It depends on what you want. I will say that pretty much everybody has the same thing. So, before you start looking, start buying stuff, kind of look around, see what you like, and then kind of make a decision about if, where you go back to get your stuff. Because sometimes people will, be charging you more for this or more for that. And then sometimes you might find a good spot like we did in St. Kitts, where we bought quite a. My sister bought quite a bit of stuff, and so he really kind of bargained and stuff. And for everything that she got, I think she still came out at like $60. So she bought like, I don't know, 5, 6 T-shirts, shot glasses, some of this, some of that, did all sorts of stuff. And so she really made out good as well. So make sure that you are, bargaining with those people in the ports because, again, tourism is their thing, and so they're looking to, gain as much money and stuff as possible. So just work with them. All right. So let's see. You guys have any questions for me about Virgin? I think that I covered everything. Like I said, so we went to Aruba, didn't do much. Carousel, we actually had a couple of tours planned. So yeah, you got questions, drop them in. We had two tours planned in Aruba, so we did a street art tour where we walked around Aruba. It was a lot of walking, and it was hot. That's the other thing in the Caribbean. You guys already know it is hot, hot, hot. Right, Arlene? We know it's hot, hot, hot. And so, but that was actually amazing. It's a group of us who kind of walked around the city. Again, if you check out my Facebook page, you will see all of those pictures there as well. So we did do that. We did do that tour. We did the walking art tour, and then we did a little train tour, a little train trolley tour around Carousel. Another beautiful, beautiful island. And then we kind of came back to the ship and just kind of chilled out because sisters was tired. All right, all right, all right. I mean, we was beat. That sun was beating down on us. So that was Carousel. Next port. So I think we had a sea day after that. I think we wanted to having. Um, we had lunch. We had brunch scheduled in Razzle Dazzle for that day. So we went to Razzle Dazzle and kind of ate and hung out there for the day, and then just kind of hung around the ship. And of course, we got that band with $600 on it, so getting our drink on. So that was Sea Day. So then our next port was Martinique. Again, we didn't have anything really scheduled for that as well. We just kind of got off the ship and just kind of walked around port. And then I really didn't buy a lot. Really, my thing now is I collect hot sauce and spices and seasonings. What's your thing? What is your thing when you travel? What is it that you have to bring back, if anything, when you are, on an adventure? So that's kind of my thing. Hot sauce, pepper sauce, spices, seasoning, stuff like that is usually what I bring back now. It used to be t-shirts, but if anybody knows me, t-shirts is my downfall. I got more than enough. What was that, Sarah Lee said? I'm good with the hot. Yeah, it's hot, but it was hot, hot. Okay, jumping. You need to be in the water somewhere. It's hot. Um, so that was Martinique again. Not really much going on, and we didn't do much that was going on. We just kind of like I said walked around port. And then last island was Saint Kitts. I haven't been over to Nevis yet. I think the next time I go, there is a ferry that goes right from the port right over to the other island and stuff. And so I think the next time that I am, um, where are my shot glasses? Your shot glasses are in Aruba, Carousel, Martinique, and St. Kitts. That's where they are. You know what that means? That just means that you have to go so we can get you some. That's all that means. So in St. Kitts, we actually wound up taking a tour. We were on a bus, but a nice big air conditioned bus. But man, when I tell you those roads are narrow, let me say that again, they're narrow. Okay, I think even that's too big. It's more like this. The big bus going around these curves and stuff. Man, it was crazy, but absolutely beautiful. Again, I put up a video this evening. I know I put it up when I posted pictures, but I put a video up earlier. Um, of what we have kind of went up in the hill some, and I took a video, and in that video you see these two bodies of water. It's like you see this road, and then but like the road splits these two bodies of water, and on one side of the water is the Caribbean Sea, and the other side is the Atlantic Ocean. So it's like you get two different places in this one. I mean, it was absolutely, absolutely amazing and gorgeous. But just to see it all was just to see it was just amazing and absolutely beautiful. So that was the trip. It really was. And then there were events that Virgin puts on themselves. So they have a pajama party on the first night. I think that's at 11. And yeah, I didn't make it. Didn't make it, didn't make it, didn't make it. So our cruise left on a Saturday, but we flew out actually Wednesday night. So we got to Puerto Rico early Thursday morning, about 5:30. And so we went to Puerto Rico Thursday, Friday, and we boarded our ship Saturday at about 2:15 in the afternoon. And then when we got back on Saturday, we stayed another night in Puerto Rico. We had like a 1 a.m. flight um, leaving Puerto Rico as well. So we got a chance to spend some time in Puerto Rico. We did actually wind up going to, I don't know if you guys have heard of this part of Puerto Rico called Luisa. It's the Afro Latino side of Puerto Rico. We had some great food there, some fish. That's me and my sister's thing. So we had some fish, and we just kind of walked around and just kind of chilled. And so overall, it was an amazing, amazing trip. We did a lot, then we didn't do a lot. We got some rest. We just kind of chilled. Like I said, we didn't do all the things that the our host had planned, but we did what we did what we wanted to, and either way, we had an amazing time. I will tell you this: I packed way too many clothes. Yep, way too many clothes. One of the things I have to remember is that on Virgin, unlike the other cruise lines, especially when it comes to dress, even especially in the evenings and going to the dining room, there aren't really a whole lot of like I said, specialty restaurants or main dining where the dress code is really come as you are. So like I said, with their events, there's not a lot that you really have to do. So people will come in, a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, or a pair of shorts and a shirt, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, there's the pajama party. There's also what they have is what they call Scarlet Night, where the whole ship turns red. And so this is the night that you can kind of wear your red. Um, and you just have a party. It's a big kind of like pool party that leads out on the Lido deck. And again, it's all adults only. So you know, use your imagination with that. But again, even though I brought clothes for that and some other like evening attire, I didn't need it because I forget that Virgin, you're really cruising your own way. So there aren't really a lot of dress codes for any of the restaurants that you go to or anything. It's more laid back. And that's what I really like about Virgin. So if you guys have never sailed on Virgin, you're thinking about sailing on Virgin, I would encourage you to do just that. Like I said, Virgin just came out with all new itineraries, leaving from San Juan, I believe, on Resilient Lady. I was on a Valiant Lady. Um, but again, some great itineraries coming up. And again, there's a lot that you get. Like I said, you get your basic Wi-Fi. You can upgrade that if you want to. You get your basic beverages. Like I said, all of your sodas, which in any other cruise line, sodas are not included unless you buy the bottomless like bubble package, which is just soda, or you buy the drink package that includes the soda as well. So with Virgin, you are getting when you buy that bar, well, without buying the bar tab, you are getting the basic sodas. So all your soda is free. There's machines right there with the water and the ice machines and stuff are, and you just pour what you want. Even when you sit in the galley and you order stuff, your person who's getting your food can also get that for you as well. So definitely, definitely, definitely. If you haven't sailed Virgin before and you're thinking about it, I suggest that you do it. I think that everyone will have a great time. It is a truly an uh, all inclusion cruise line. Nobody's left out. So if you have any fears of anything, that may not be the shit for you. If you get easily offended, maybe, like I said, even by some of the names on the ship, I just heard that I think they're even changing the name of their Wi-Fi. So all of their things have, their names have an adult vibe to it. If I say. So again, that was my time on Virgin Voyages. Again, has been my second sailing. Definitely, definitely would go back, and it's really weird because when I did my first cruise, when I did my first cruise, I wasn't sure if I would go back because, like I said, it's really different. But excuse me, really feel like that Richard Branson got some things right. One of the things that I will say is that he needs to improve on the Wi-Fi. But again, I think that is being worked on because sometimes trying to get through to the app, a lot of times I couldn't get on. Even if I want to cancel a reservation, it was hard to do because I just couldn't get on the app sometimes. So I think they've heard us when we've said before, hey, we got to do something with the Wi-Fi, because even a regular app on the computer, if you're trying to log in, sometimes can be a little bit slow. So hopefully, the Wi-Fi will be better on the next cruise. I'm trying to think if anything else that I wanted to share with you. You guys got any questions, Arlene? I think you might be the only one that's hanging out with me. So for that, I appreciate you. You got any other questions for me about what I did, where we went, what you need to do to get on the next one? I think you and I talked about that already. Um, but yeah, any other questions that you may have? You said, when are we going? You let me know. I'm always ready. Okay. I'm always ready. So yeah, so that was really the highlight. Like I said, you can always book your trip through me. I will make sure that I put my information in the comments here so you guys can book with me if you want to. You can go directly to my site and do that as well, or you can always email me at travelissexy@travelissexy.com. Again, I'll make sure that all information is in the description as well. If you guys are not following Melanin at Sea, please do. If you're not following Terry and Addie, please do. They are both doing, as well as my other buddies who I have not had a chance to sail with. I want to sail with them actually this month, but I didn't have enough time to really get that booking together. But that's Lynette and Stanley. I follow all of them on YouTube. And one of the things that I can really appreciate about the vloggers that I've mentioned and a few others is that, um, everybody is into supporting and helping one another. And I can really appreciate that, because a lot of times there aren't many of us in this space, and so to be able to collaborate with one another and put together such an amazing trip was truly a great thing. Again, I had an absolute blast. I got a chance to finally meet and take a picture with, part of the team who helped put this together. And they're just as nice in person as they were, as I see them when I watch their videos. Um, so, again, if you aren't following them, please do. There was a big push in the group to try to get Rich and Jazz to 100,000 subscribers. And when I tell you we showed up and showed out, I had already subscribed. There's a lot of people who came in and did that. They did the same thing for Terry and Addie, and will continue to do, I think, same thing for Lynette and Stanley or whatever, whoever it is. And so I like the fact that we are out here helping one another and promoting one another, collaborating with one another. Arlene is also one who is on here. She's been riding with me this whole 41 minutes we at, right? She has been riding with me, not just on here, but just, in general, in terms of business. We just did a Facebook Live that she hosted yesterday, where she's always promoting and putting other entrepreneurs out on the scene. So I love the fact that we can collaborate and come together and share each other's business and what we do. Um, so definitely, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Again, I'll make sure that I put all of my contact information and stuff in the description after this video is over. Arlene, you said, when are we going? You let me know, and then we can get the booking and we can be out. All right. We can do it for this year. We can get started for next year. Whatever the case is, we can make it happen. All right. So that's it, guys. Again, this is Sean, your travel strategist, coming to you live from Travelissexy Travel Agency. And until the next video, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Absolutely, Arlene. Absolutely. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys like this video, the next one may not be long, but let's just talk about it. Maybe I'll make it a thing where I come live on Sundays, maybe, or we can pick a day and we just kind of get some cruise questions answered. If you guys have not, I actually have, let me see if I have one here. Again, I will link all of this in the description. Hold on one second. Hold on, guys. Let's see. All right. All right. I'm back. And just in case you guys did not know, I also wrote a book. So if you have not gotten your book, it is the ultimate guide to cruising on a budget. What the cruise lines won't tell you that could save you thousands. And so you can find this on Amazon. This is the very first book that I wrote. Um, didn't think I would write a book, but hey, I did. I wrote a book, and my first book was on the thing that I love to do, which is cruising. So again, that will I'll put the link to this as well in the comments. And it just really talks about, cruising can sometimes be, some people will say it's expensive, or they'll see your price advertised. And then once they go in, the price is elevated some. So we just talk about how to save some money, by maybe not doing certain things, or but if you're going to do the things that you want to do, then at least you know the price, it's going to cost you, and you can start saving towards that. So again, grab your book if you have not grabbed it already. Um, did I need a passport? No, I did not, because of course we left out of Puerto Rico, which is of course a U.S. territory. Some of us in this world know that, and then some of our presidents don't know that. But anyway, um, no, we did not. But I will say this. You know what, Arlene? That's a great question. And before I go, let's talk about that for a minute. So one of the things that I see a lot, I'm in a couple of different travel groups, and there's this question of a passport that gets brought up pretty much every single day. And here's the deal, and I know that there's cruise lines have talked about maybe changing this or not. But let me say this for all of those of us who do not have a passport, but you are able to get a passport, right? Get one. Make it easy. Just get one. I was able to get my passport stamped in a few different ports that we went to. There's usually like an information center or something within the cruise terminal where you can normally get your passport stamped. If you do not have a passport, get a passport. Do you necessarily need it when you sailing? Normally, the deal has been if you sail from a U.S. port, if you sail from a U.S. port and you end at a U.S. port, that you don't need a passport. However, when you are visiting these other countries, again, Aruba, Curacao, Martinique, St. Kitts, whatever those islands are that you are visiting, if something for some reason should happen, and we hope that it doesn't, but if something should happen and you have to get off the ship in that country, you need a passport in order to get back home. Now, there are other ways to kind of get around it. We can talk about the U.S. Embassy and doing some other things, but having a passport just makes your life easier. Plus, the other thing is that usually when you're sailing and you're going through the embarkation process, when you're getting on the ship, the line for people who have the birth certificate and the ID is usually a lot longer than those of us who have a passport. And so I just suggest to anybody, if you are able to get a passport, just get a passport. Make life easier for yourself, because things will move along a lot easier if you do. And the other thing I keep saying, I'm done, but then I thought about something else since I didn't write this down. But I also want to give Virgin props for their easy embarkation and disembarkation that I have ever seen. Again, this is my second time sailing with Virgin. I think my first time was in 2021. So it's been a couple of years. But even when I came back last Saturday, the disembarkation process was just amazing. I mean, it was probably off the ship, out of our cabin and off the ship and through customs, probably in less than 5 minutes. Because literally it was just that easy. We self-disembarked, which means that we took our luggage off ourselves. Thank you for the love, Arlene. So we took our luggage off ourselves. We got through customs. He asked us a question, and then that was it. We were done. Embarkation was the same way. We checked our luggage when we first got there. We were a little bit early. So we checked our luggage when we finally started the boarding process. There was a little line, but the line was moving. Asked us a few basic questions. We were pretty much already checked in because we had done the paperwork prior to. Everything's in the app. And then we started the process to go through and get on board. Simple, simple, simple. So I do appreciate Virgin for that as well. I have to say this. After my first time, I didn't know if I would go back. Rich and Jazzy happened to be doing this trip on Virgin, so I said I'm going to do it. And now that I've now sailed the second time, I think a third time is a coming. So again, I mentioned great new itineraries coming out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and your girl will be back. And so I can't wait. So again, if you don't have those passports, I strongly suggest that you get them out the way, make life easier for yourself. It's another great piece of identification that you need to have. So just go ahead and get it and make life much simpler for you. So that's it. Now we're almost at 50 minutes. So again, Arlene, I appreciate you for hanging out with me for this period of time. I appreciate the hearts and the love that was given. And for anybody else who may catch this replay, just drop a line. Let me know where you watch this from, and we'll chat on the next video, guys. As always, peace.